Welcome, guys, to another episode of The Golden Point UAE with myself, James and Shazzy. Welcome back to the show. How have you been?
James, I've been amazing. It's great to be back in the studio, and I'm super excited today. A friend, a guy from the community. I'm loving this. Can't wait to start.
Yeah. And today, as is tradition,
wow,
I am wearing. I'm sponsored now by Shazzy's with one of the most obvious ChatGPT logos I've seen in my entire life. Really didn't take more than 30 seconds to create, but here we are. And this I think links up really nicely with our guest today. Yeah. Because for those of you who don't know, we have was it an intra-league tournament going on?
Interleague. Yeah. We've got the interleague going on. Shazzy's, of course, is the best team, and then we've got Core 2G or Core 2.0, and then we've got the Prem. And also the Benders. So we decided that we'd bring all these sort of groups together to do kind of an inter-league, basically to prove that Shazzy's is the best.
Yeah. How did week one go?
James, we can argue about this for many hours. But the preview to this event was absolutely smashed by Shazzy's.
Yeah. Easy.
Yes. I wanted also to give these guys a chance to win some games, to not be down all the time, because I saw puppy faces.
Yeah.
I think when we won the first night, the Prem came last, and I'm pretty sure I saw Rob Kempton in the fetal position in the corner of ISD crying with his thumb in his mouth. Okay, so we had to give him an easier match of the first event of the series of 8 weeks.
Yeah.
Shazzy's won the second week. Obviously, you're in the Shazzy's team. Love the shirt, James. Love AI as well. But then also, this week we've got another tonight killer team. I know this is time sensitive. You might see this episode 3 months from now.
Doesn't matter. It's every Thursday anyway, so it will be valid for that week. So yeah.
So we're here to dominate, James. You know me.
Oh, there's no doubt. Look, I agree. The first week we just let them have some wins, just because you don't want to come in winning 9-0 the first week. Then everyone gets a bit depressed. Yeah. No one wants to play with the next week. Then it just gets a bit complicated. So just let them ease into it.
You do need to level up, because I think at the moment you're sitting in third position.
No, second. Second.
Close second.
If you're not first, you lost.
This is true. This is true. So I think after tonight we should be first again. Let's see.
But right, I think it's time to introduce our guest, and probably you might not have seen him yet, but you've heard him. And
he shouldn't have been talking while we were talking.
Exactly.
But
anyway,
the briefing wasn't great.
We forgot to say shut up until we introduced you.
Let's do the introduction then. So, if you've spent any time on the paddle courts in Dubai, there's a good chance you already know today's guest. Cliff Tindle has been on a mission to get the world moving since 2008. As the founder of Core Direction, he's built wellness programs for some of the biggest companies and government entities in the country. He's built a thriving paddle community right here in Dubai, and somewhere in between all of that, he created the Core app to help people take their health seriously every single day. But what I love the most about Cliff is that none of this came from a business plan. It came from a genuine belief that sport and fitness can connect anyone, anywhere, regardless of where they came from or what title is on their business card. Today we're going to get into all of it. The paddle obsession, the corporate wellness, why paddle is a new golf, and what it actually takes to build something you love for 25 years and still show up every single day with the same energy. This introduction is brought to you by Rise. Embrace the kombucha magic. Cliff, formally welcome to the show. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. I've got goosebumps. Thank you, bro. Yo,
He's a bit
really
cold,
leveled and bigged me up there. Thank you.
No, it's good to have you here. We've been talking about having Cliff on the show for a while now, and very happy you can make it. I would really just like to go straight into it. I think there's a lot we need to talk about today. I think your story is amazing. It's inspiring. It's interesting. So let's go to 2008, Core Direction is where it all started. What is it? How did you come up with it, and why are we here?
And by the way, just before you answer that, there was no AI back then, so he couldn't have done the AI business plan then. Okay, so now please take it away, Cliff.
2008 was an interesting time. I mean, you look at Dubai now, and it's skyscrapers and sports cars, and 8-lane highways and the rest. But back then, we started off with boot camps on the beach in front of JBR before the beach was there. There was no
that was
blue
you.
waters. Yeah.
Okay.
There was no Dubai harbour. Like, it was literally just a sand pit and a massive car park. And I would rock up at 4 a.m. in the morning with my trailer. I'd lay out my mats. I would roll out a 20-meter coredirection.com sign so that you could see it from a JBR. And that was basically where it started. And then you fast forward now 17, 18 years, and we have a technology platform that's used by government entities, by Fortune 500 companies. We've got users on our app across 117 countries. We've got more than 100,000 platform users. And we are doing what I was doing in 2008, but at a bigger scale, and that's to try and inspire global fitness, health, and happiness. So I think that we're achieving that. And I really feel like it's only the beginning. I feel like the best is yet to come. And I think that this year specifically is going to be a real turning point for us, because I think with AI as it is now, it's really helping to supercharge people with an idea, people with a passion, and people with a vision. Yeah. So I'm excited for what's to come.
We'll get into what's coming later in the show, but to recap the start, why did you go in that direction?
Why did you go in the core direction?
I mean, I have to give kudos to my family. I'm typical South African, born, spent a lot
sports
fanatic, spend lots of my life growing up on farms, climbing trees, playing in the sugarcane and banana fields, fishing. But literally, as we grew up, my parents introduced me to racket sports, to team sports, to adventure, to hiking. So I really owe who I am today to them. And actually, the slogan of Core Direction and my Instagram handle, Inspiring Movement, is purely based on them, really, because they inspired me to be the person I am today. And I try to do that myself, for my family and my community and my friends. And I like to think that our technology does that for whoever wants to use it.
And then, so at its core,
there's going to be a lot of puns today.
For someone who's never come across Core Direction, how would you define it? What is it?
So Core Direction is a wellness ecosystem. Basically, there's two parts to it. So we've got a back-end system that empowers community leaders to be able to inspire their communities at the most scalable way possible. So think about it as corporate wellness initiatives rolling out, or communities wanting to be built, or brands wanting to use sport, fitness, and well-being to elevate and grow their brand. So that's the B2B side, but it connects to what we call a health coach that lives in your pocket. So the app. So the app that is wearable agnostic, it connects to any wearable. It has AI deeply embedded in it now. So it understands your activity, it tracks your fitness, your health, your well-being. The AI helps to guide you to be a better version of yourself. And we even got things like an AI body scan, so that you can take 2 photos and it will generate a full body analysis.
I don't recommend Shazzy.
Don't
do that part.
If you know anything about goal setting, you need to know where you are today in order to get to where you want to be. So that AI body scanner is an intricate part of the platform. And then we also now have, which we launched on Monday, an AI personal trainer. This is incredible. You chat with it and it'll be like, how much time do you have? So I've got 5 minutes, or I've got 10 minutes. I've got 2 dumbbells, or I've got no equipment. Please, can you give me a lower body workout? I've got a knee injury. I can't work my lower body, so give me an upper body workout. And it literally creates it on demand. Nice. And then it uses your phone camera to track your movements, to count your reps, to coach you like a personal trainer would do. And so literally the platform can really support anyone, anywhere in the world, to be the best version of themselves.
And how does that connect with Padel?
Okay, so technology is now helping people get fitter, healthier, and arguably happier when it's used in the right way. A big part of our technology is not just the app that lives in your pocket, but the way that the app helps to connect you to like-minded communities. So we have a whole marketplace on our platform. Like I said, the B2B side, any community can use Core Direction to grow and build their community. So listing their Shazzy's paddle tournaments.
They can do matchmaking. They can do
run
events.
Yeah. So we have, even in our platform now, we've got weekly cycles, we've got run clubs, we've got yoga in the park, we've got lots of different activities, because essentially, I say this often in talks that I do, sports and fitness knows no boundaries when it comes to human connection. It connects people regardless of age, of gender, of nationality, of religious beliefs. So, I think that if we leverage technology, like I believe we are doing, that technology can really help you to connect people if you're connecting through sport and fitness.
And James, I don't know if you know, but I know Cliff for some time, and I know his company for some time. Core Direction, apart from the technology side, they have, they arrange events. I think correct me if I'm wrong, Cliff, we met when he reached out to me because he was working with Dubai government, with the Dubai Sports Council for the Dubai 3030 Fitness Challenge month. And he was part of the organization for putting the Dubai ride together. If not, I think it was the very first one. And I saw this email from Cliff Tindle. I'm like, who is this guy? Because I was kind of a big deal. I am still a very, very big deal, as you know. I'm like, who the hell is this guy? And so they do events, and they have also the technology side. We even did events together where he was doing stuff for the Dubai Sports Council, and we partnered Core with Shazzy's, and Shazzy's, brought the community. So they do not only that, you do also event services as well in paddle and other sports as well, right?
So so I worked for the Dubai Fitness Challenge, which is actually delivered by Dubai Tourism and Dubai Sports Council.
And that's how you first played paddle, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, so I was brought in as a consultant to basically bring the industry together. So I networked with all the fitness clubs, the gyms, the yoga studios, the cycle communities, to try and bring them in to be a part of the Dubai Fitness Challenge. It was actually during those 4 years, the first year in fact, that I was introduced to paddle tennis. Again, a great way to connect people together. Dubai Tourism was actually organizing a intercompany paddle tournament, and I heard it was going on. I'd never played paddle tennis, and I was like, I need to get involved in this. And
how was that first experience?
There was a guy that I knew played paddle tennis, and I approached him and I said, I believe you're quite good at paddle tennis. He was also the advisor to the CEO of Dubai Tourism. So he's a little bit out of my, I'd say batting out of my league. But anyway, I enjoy talk to people. So I went and spoke to him, convinced him that I knew how to play paddle tennis, which I didn't. I'd never held a paddle racket. But I played provincial squash and I played tennis, and I thought, how difficult could this be?
Just mix them together.
And we played. I think we ended up coming second or third. So we still did a pretty good job. But I will say that he was very disappointed at the way that I was reading the ball off the glass.
And so if he came second or third in that moment, you have to know that the level was not so high.
No, that I'm incredibly talented.
But listen, James, I'll tell you another interesting fact. So Cliff then joined our paddle community called Beers and Birdies. I don't know who brought him. I wasn't sure if it was me or someone else.
Was that your community?
I think it was you.
It was a guy called Bazza and Elliot. They started it, but Beers and Birdies was the golf community.
Yeah.
Right.
Pints and Paddle was the paddle community, and that was my first foray. They're the ones that convinced me to try paddle, and then I was hooked.
There was more pints than paddle.
Yeah, there was more pints than paddle. But then met Cliff, and Cliff, in those days, for me, because my level was very good from the very beginning, he wasn't the greatest of players, so I gave him the opportunity. And I put him into Shazzy's, worrying that he might drag the level down. But the one thing about Cliff, I tell you, interestingly, he's always able to get a good partner to play with him.
It sounds like somebody else on that.
That's more recently. No, because in the early days, I would play with whoever didn't have a partner, right? So if you look at my track record, there's a lot of losses in my WPPR.
Here we go.
I'm telling you, this is the reasoning. This is the reasoning. Anyway, but then I said, what? I'm only going to play with good players now. And as a result, you win more games. Okay, but credit to Cliff, good people, person like myself. and managed to somehow, I don't know if he bribed them or whatever, but got some good players to come in and actually did quite well. Balancing sports and health, Rise brings you kombucha.
A natural artisan kombucha brand crafted without added sugar or carbonation. If you're serious about performance, recovery, and clean ingredients, then look no further.
Rise, embrace the kombucha magic. In fact, didn't you win?
I did. I played
Cliff, ladies and gentlemen, Cliff won.
One of your first
ever. One of the first or second
I think it might have been the first.
ever Shazzy's tournaments.
We beat Navin, me and Colin.
Oh, yeah, we played with Colin, obviously.
Yeah. Hey, listen, this is before
WP
Colin was at the level that he is now.
No, he was
You know,
good
I think he
then
learned
too,
a lot
yeah.
from me as well.
Yeah, how not to play.
So the guy you're having a go at has actually won a tournament.
Yeah, I have
that you've
two.
hosted.
Don't you worry.
Well, you've never won
I
your own
have
tournament.
one. I have, but it was a small one.
When was this?
This was
Exactly.
It was like 3 years
Exactly.
ago.
Oh,
It was like a long
forgotten
time
now.
ago. Yeah, it was a long time
Exactly.
ago. It was a long time ago. It's coming. My win is coming. Anyway, back to Cliff. Sorry.
So, Cliff, so you tried paddle, got your way through with the Department of Tourism.
Yeah.
What happened after that? What did that day do to you in terms of the sport?
I mean, I've played just about every sport. I mean, and I love all sports. I mean, if I can't play sports, there's a problem. I recently tore my ACL, and that was like a tragic moment for me, right? But yeah, when I played paddle tennis, the first time ever, I was absolutely hooked. In my opinion, paddle tennis has got to be the best sport ever
Why?
created.
Yeah.
I think it's like the
I mean, I agree with you, but why?
It's the perfect blend of like teamsmanship, camaraderie, being quite technical. You can play if you're new to a racket sport, but you can also play at you know, a very high level, and it gets really technical. And I just love the way that it connects people together. Like, I really think that, you know, when you're on a paddle court, you can play paddle for the first time with somebody, and if you have a good like point, there's like a moment of connection, and you can be like, this is my best friend for life. You know, I've actually felt that way sometimes with Shazzy, and it's like, and then I realized that this is just like, this moment will pass. But no, honestly, it's a great sport all around. I mean, I played provincial squash, and I loved squash. It was fantastic. But there's something about two people playing a racket sport like paddle together, where you can actually bounce off of each other, and also like being able to celebrate your opponents, and when, you know, they hit an amazing point, or, you know, they win the game, and it's like, you know, a golden point, and or it's a tie break. Like, I mean, you can tell I love this.
You're getting goosebumps.
I've
I'm
got
getting
goosebumps. Yeah, no.
But you know, look, James and Cliff, I think paddle, and I think, you know, we can talk about this. Paddle is the new golf, and paddle also is a sport of etiquette, like golf as well.
Well, it has this gentlemanship that I think most sports have lost. And I would say also rugby is another sport that still has that, where there's a respect for the referee, there's a respect for the rules, there's a respect for your opponents. And it's something that when you watch like the pros, it's funny because there's a referee, but half the time they don't need it, because except for a couple of characters, everyone else just self-referees, right? And I think that's one of the beauties in my opinion of the sport, and the reason why it's become so popular. It has this kind of culture of respect, as you say. And one of my first memories of Cliff, and we were talking about this before we started recording, was I think it was probably in a Shazzy's, and I was playing against him, and I don't know, I did a shot and I won the point, and he just turned around from the other side, just went, mate, amazing shot, really well done. I was like, oh wow, okay. I came from football.
He does that to me a lot as well, because I'm normally putting winning shots past him, you know. Oh, wow, amazing, Shazzy, you're the best.
But I grew up with football, and when you grow up with football and someone scores a screamer of a free kick, you don't go and celebrate and go, well done, mate, nice shot. You go, you know, it wasn't a foul or whatever, right? So that kind of element of paddle and the mentality of it, I think, is something that really helps, as you say, people connect at a different level.
I think that in sport, you know, people play sport, but like sports is a lot like life. And I think if you play sport in the right way, it shows that you also live life in the right way. I think paddle tennis is actually a lot like this. You know, if you play paddle tennis with somebody that doesn't celebrate your greatest moments, that calls bad line calls, that cheats when they get the opportunity, that doesn't shake your hand at the end of the game.
Enough about Shazzy.
Come on.
But honestly, if this is the case, you can work out whether this is a person that I can be friends with, or that I can do business with, or that I can partner with. I've made amazing friendships through paddle tennis. I've actually made business deals happen with investors and partners in my business because they're the kind of people on the paddle court that I know makes them the kind of person in life that I want to associate myself with, that I want to spend time around, that I know that they got my back, rather than they'll take the opportunity to kick me while I'm down. So, yeah.
And paddle is the new golf.
It 100% is. I mean, I think also in Dubai, we're blessed. Right? We have incredible facilities.
Yeah.
But if you look at golf historically, you'd get your golf membership and you knew in part it was going to be expensive, but you knew it was probably going to be worthwhile. The investment was going to have a return on investment because you'd be rubbing shoulders with the right people. And sometimes, for some people, golf is it's too expensive. Whereas paddle tennis, it is expensive depending on where you're playing, but at least you don't have to pay an upfront membership for the year.
Yeah.
But you do get the opportunity to rub shoulders with incredible people. And if you play the sport in the right way, you can set yourself up for great opportunities. I mean, when I was at Dubai Tourism consulting there, I was rubbing shoulders with the CEO, of Dubai Tourism, which I'd never have been given the opportunity to do. In Shazzy's, there's some guys that fly under the radar, but they're billionaires, and you get on the court and you have an amazing game of paddle with them. I'd never be in an opportunity or have the
and you don't realize how down to earth they are as well.
Super down to
At
earth.
the end of the day,
I did millions.
At the end of the day, even though they're millionaires, they're still people.
Exactly. I just want to say I've done, because we as a family, we've been in the sports industry here for 25 years, but we as a family, we sponsored the Desert Classic for 27 years or something like that. We sponsored the Ladies Masters. We sponsored the Qatar Masters. I'm talking about golf. And Cliff is right. And we were members of the Creek Golf Club, members of Emirates Golf Club. In that sport, you really rub shoulders, and I did millions, tens of millions of dollars worth of business on the golf course. But at the same time, I've been now playing paddle for the last 4 or 5 years, 5 years, and I've also done millions of dollars worth of business on the paddle court.
What is it about paddle that can create that ecosystem where it can kind of replace golf in that sense?
I think because people are looking for something to do outside of the office. I think for me, I'm an entrepreneur. I've been an entrepreneur for 25 years. I live in a very fast-paced, stressful environment. That's basically, I think Elon Musk said, being an entrepreneur is like staring into the abyss and eating glass. And how do you actually manage that environment? And for me, sport has always been my outlet. And I think for lots of business leaders, company leaders, entrepreneurs, they see it the same way. I get on the paddle court. If I would go for a run, I can still think about work. If I go for a cycle, I can still think about work. If I'm on the paddle court,
there's no way.
I can't think about work.
So
I can't
true.
look at my phone. If I do, if I do think about work, I might get hit in the face with a ball. Right?
Cliff, I love this analogy. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
Because I've never heard it.
Shazzy learns new words.
I'm going to use it now, though. I'm sorry.
No.
It's not trademarked by Shazzy. But listen, sorry. Continue.
I think that there's two sports like this. It's MMA, whereas if you've got gloves on,
you definitely get kicked in the face.
You can't look at your phone. You can't think about anything else other than the moment. And racket sports, but I think specifically paddle tennis, because paddle tennis is so fast paced.
Yes.
Exactly. But the question, so why not tennis? What makes paddle different?
I think, tennis is still fast-paced if you're playing at a decent level, but it's actually, if you look at different racket sports, somebody said this to me, I can't remember who it was, but pickleball is like a 1 out of 10 in difficulty. Paddle tennis is a 6 out of 10 in difficulty, and tennis is a 10 out of 10 if you want to play at a decent level in terms of difficulty, which means that paddle tennis can be played by everyone and enjoyed by everyone, and you can get to a certain level in paddle tennis. So
it's more accessible, no?
I think it's the best sport to play, and like I said, it just distracts you. For me, it's moving meditation. Honestly, it's the thing that makes me like sense.
Oh man, I don't know. When I play with James, it's not a lot of meditation. Actually,
Dude,
it's
you can't play with yourself.
I'm the wonder in the meditation. When I play with you.
Exactly.
bro.
But
Wusa.
touching on that, like paddle is that kind of mental reset.
Yes.
Right? It's the safe space for I think a lot of us where we kind of try and go away and hide from all the troubles of our life, and where we kind of find that peace on court. And I think it's a sentiment that we all share, which also makes the community get closer together.
I mean, it's so addictive, right? And then you break a sweat and you burn calories. Like if I play golf, it's basically a whole day, minimum 6 to 7 hours, and you're eating probably rubbish, maybe having a drink, and smoking a lot, maybe as well. Yeah. Okay.
Not you.
If you do all of
Your
those
body's a
things,
temple,
but not
Kevin.
me. Okay, my body's my temple. But in paddle, you can't.
Yeah. I mean, one of the things that even for me and my wife, when I can play, not when I'm injured right now, but when I can play, I typically playing paddle tennis like 4, 5, 6, 7 times a week, right? And at the beginning, when I took up paddle tennis, my missus was like, "Are you actually having a laugh? This is ridiculous." Like I said,
We've
first
all
of
been
all,
there.
I could be playing golf, which would be like 4 to 6 hours.
Yeah.
Now I'm doing it for 90 minutes. To get to the court and get back home, we're looking at 2 hours. But then one of the things that she really realized is that it wasn't me trying to escape the house or escape family life. It was actually me being able to reset. So going out of the house, playing paddle tennis, enjoying the moments, being able to get rid of all the shit that you have and work and entrepreneurship and the struggles of everyday life that everyone goes through, and coming back to the house and being a better father, a better husband, a better person. Like I honestly believe that to be true, and I think my wife would agree with me now.
Yeah, I had something similar as well. Like I think it's easy to understate the effect that it has on you, not only from a physical point of view where you're burning calories and your heart rate, etc., but it's just a happy place. It's somewhere you can go to just reset and get, like, you can have a terrible day, show up to a paddle court, play a match, have fun, and leave and go like, life's not that bad. We'll push through this. We'll get out of it.
I mean, we know this feeling probably more so than Shazzy, but that feeling of winning
is
like it's like the ultimate high. Like it's just really puts you on a cloud nine.
So,
I mean, have you felt that before?
So tired of winning.
The last time
Tired of
Cliff
winning.
played in Shazzy's, I beat him 6-2.
I had a broken foot and I couldn't move.
Of course, yeah.
But of course, Shazzy will take that moment.
It's all he's got, mate. It's
Yeah,
all he's
exactly.
got. He only beats people with broken foot.
I've beaten you a few times as well, James.
Charity, it's called. Every now and then, got to let the boss win, or else he won't call me up for the Shazzy's national squad.
Cliff, coming back to what I was talking about earlier, with you involved in sporting events and paddle events. Take us through like some of those events that you've done. Also about Core 2G, Core 2.0. Sorry, tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that sport and fitness is the greatest connector. In fact, in 2023, we brought the first wellness festival to Dubai. So we did a partnership with Dubai Tourism.
Amazing.
And with Dubai Holding. We ran a 3-day wellness festival in the mountains. We did a trail run and a mountain bike ride as part of it. We had musicians and we had a whole camping zone. We had 200 tents. It was absolutely amazing. So, that's one of the kinds of events that we've put on. But then we've also taken people to the top of the Burj Khalifa and done yoga 124 floors up. We've done sound journeys in the Dubai Frame. We've done meditation at the top of Jabal Jais Mountains. And then, of course, we've done loads of stuff with Dubai Fitness Challenge, helping to deliver the Kite Beach Fitness Village, which had a paddle tennis court on it, by the way. And then also always bringing things back to my true passion, being paddle tennis. And then, organizing corporate days, corporate team building events for an individual company where you're bringing employees at an individual organization together, but then also bringing multiple companies together to bring, inter-company paddle tennis tournaments, to bring, the shining stars in paddle tennis of your organization to battle it out against another. So, I mean, we try to think that we are, curators. We try to develop wellness experiences, depending on, whether we're working with a government entity or a business or a brand. So yeah, I mean, it's a labor of love.
So,
I absolutely love it, but we've delivered a lot of different stuff.
I mean, and we've been involved together on some of these events. I want to understand, from your point of view, what does the future hold for these kind of events, and is there room for more people to enter this space? Is it a viable business? Is it tough business? Is there a lot of money in it, or is there not a lot of money?
I mean, if you look at the evolution of technology now, right, AI is taking over the world, right? But what AI cannot do is it can support in connecting people, but it cannot replace how people connect with one another. So I think that while AI, many of the people listening to this podcast today are probably at risk of losing their job to AI, there are opportunities that exist where if you want to create something in the way of wellness and sport and fitness and bringing people together, that is the opportunity. I would say that even on Core Direction, our community engagement technology solution is a B2B solution that's designed for any person that wants to inspire people to come together through sport, fitness, and well-being. We have the Well-Be Festival, which will take place in October, November this year. They use Core Direction, and they're going to be delivering, a multi-day community event where it'll have, a high rock, so they call it the Hive Rocks equivalent, some CrossFit competitions, some, HIIT sessions, wellness, meditation, yoga, a marketplace, all on our platform, right? So I think community leaders who have an idea, if you are passionate about something, this is the opportunity really where you can start to build something amazing that now isn't about a job, a salary, a paycheck, but is something I'm actually passionate about cycling, or passionate about paddle tennis, or passionate about yoga and meditation, or hiking, or adventure, or creating retreats. I mean, this is the opportunity.
And AI, I think, is also making it easier for people to enter these things and become proprietors, entrepreneurs, business leaders in the passion that they're doing.
Let's look at the battle of the leagues that we've got going on now, right? I mean, this is battle of the leagues, 4 leagues coming together every week on a Thursday. We have a group chat where we talk about it, right? I mean, in a matter of 5 minutes, we can put a whole league draw together. We can create a Google sheet that manages the whole draw.
A logo?
We can create a logo.
You got to pop up my image that I created, okay?
Yeah.
Watch out for the pop-up.
you can create posters. I mean, there's really no barrier to entry. Like, if you can dream it and you believe it, you can make it happen. So I think it's like the opportunity for everyone who has a passion to use that passion to maybe turn it into a business.
Okay, Cliff. Favorite partner and why?
Favorite partner and why? Paul Gale. Because because he's also an investor in Core Direction, and I have to say that.
Okay. That's the only acceptable answer.
And Mo Salah.
Mo Salah?
Yeah, bro. These guys, they see the vision.
All right. So I wasn't on the list then.
I think Shazzy was genuinely hoping and expecting to hear his name.
His dreams for life. I mean, the fact that you wanted you to be my answer. I mean, to be. I love you,
I wasn't. But the last time we played together, we won.
Yeah, we do. I mean, usually when we play together, we win.
Yes, exactly.
I think that's testimony to how good I am.
Cliff,
and how patient.
Guys, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the Golden Point UAE. A big thank you to Rise Kombucha.
Embrace the kombucha magic.
That's right. Guys, like, comment, share, subscribe, do it all of the above. We love your support. We're getting lots of feedback. Thank you so much, and see you on the next episode of the Golden Point UAE.